Last year, News 13 investigative reporter Larry Barker broke the story showing Albuquerque officials diverting almost $250,000 to benefit a privately owned business. Tonight, Larry's follow-up, Anatomy of a Government Scam, the inside story of how high-ranking public officials duped taxpayers by misspending hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, it was absolutely wrong.
Does it appear that these transactions were by the book?
No, not at all. I think that there's nothing by the book about this.
These backdoor deals are happening, and that's unbelievably disgusting.
It was all hush-hush, a scheme orchestrated by Albuquerque officials involving almost $250,000. Instead of using public money for the benefit of its citizens, City Hall doled out tax dollars to benefit a private business.
How did they pull it off? Two things: dishonesty and deception.
Exhibit A, this $236,000 custom-made, regulation-size indoor football sports field. It's an artificial turf playing surface designed exclusively for the Duke City Gladiators, a Rio Rancho-based, privately owned indoor football team. The field was bought by Albuquerque's Parks and Recreation Department. However, nobody there seems to know just who authorized the purchase. Dave Simon is the department director.
Who at the city requested that appropriation?
Well, I had no knowledge of the request of the appropriation.
So if Parks and Rec did not authorize the purchase, then who did? A clue is buried in an email from a city fiscal manager handling payment details for the Gladiators field. Quote, "We are trying to get this going since it is a mayoral request." Mayor Keller has been a longtime Gladiators booster and is a frequent guest at halftime festivities touting the team's success. He's even been known to suit up and handle the pigskin. Despite his enthusiasm for the team, the mayor denies involvement in the turf purchase. The first indication of something underhanded was in late 2020 when Albuquerque officials filed a request to the state legislature for an appropriation to buy equipment for park and recreation facilities in Albuquerque. This, however, was a deception. Documents show the city never intended to use state funds for Albuquerque parks, but rather to buy the Gladiators a playing field. In 2021, lawmakers approved legislation to fund Albuquerque's project. This, too, is a deception. Even though $160,000 was earmarked for playing fields at recreational facilities in Albuquerque, legislative sponsors admit they knew the $160,000 would be used to buy the Gladiators a gridiron in Rio Rancho.
Your understanding was that this field would be for the Duke City Gladiators.
Correct.
And then during last year's legislative session, lawmakers appropriated $325,000 to Albuquerque for improvements to an indoor arena. Now, this legislative grant was yet another deception. You see, Albuquerque does not own an indoor arena. Bill sponsors say they were lobbied for the funding by Gladiator owner Gina Prescorn-Thomas. Following the two legislative appropriations, Prescorn-Thomas and the Gladiators made campaign contributions to Bill sponsor Mo Maestas and Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller. Now, because the appropriations raised red flags, state finance officials ruled public money could not be used to benefit a private business, and they pulled the plug on the legislative funding. They wrote, quote, "The proposed expenditure to purchase artificial turf violates appropriation law."
Is any of this by the book?
None of it is by the book.
Senator George Munoz chairs the Senate Finance Committee.
If the legislators knew that the money was going to go to the Gladiators and not to Albuquerque for open space, tennis courts, swimming pools, what did they do?
If the legislators knew, they misappropriated money.
And is there a consequence for a legislator to misappropriate money?
There is no consequence for a legislator unless the Ethics Commission deems that they want to take up the subject.
In early 2022, Albuquerque's Parks and Rec Department contracted with a firm to design and build the Gladiators an arena-sized artificial turf sports field. The $236,000 project included $7,900 for one Albuquerque logos, $3,600 for end zone lettering, and $4,500 for football lines. Documents show the order was rushed because the Gladiators wanted their new field in time for the home opener. The sports field was installed in April last year. The Gladiators have been using Albuquerque's gridiron rent-free. Following an investigation of the turf transactions, Albuquerque's Inspector General concluded there was, quote, sufficient evidence that the use of the City of Albuquerque taxpayer dollars to pay for artificial turf installed in a facility located in another municipality for the benefit of a privately owned entity was a misuse of city funds. The Inspector General added, the conveyance of the indoor turf for the Duke City Gladiators installed at the Rio Rancho Event Center appears to amount to a donation, gift, as there is no evidence of consideration on the part of the Gladiators or the Rio Rancho Event Center to the city. City councilors demanded answers. The administration's response, we've done nothing wrong. That did not sit well with some councilors.
It was not an appropriate expenditure.
Albuquerque City Councilor Luis Sanchez has called for an Attorney General's investigation.
This was specifically set up to be a gift to the Gladiators in a whole different city. They deceived City Council, they deceived the citizens of Albuquerque, and they also deceived the legislators that are involved in this.
Gladiator team owner Gina Thomas did not respond to questions. A spokesperson for Tim Keller said the mayor is, quote, not interested in doing an interview on this subject.
It bothers me because to find out that we purchased something that was never really discussed or approved and communicated to be transparent between the administration and the council, it puts insult to injury to know that it's in another city.
Albuquerque City Councilor Brooke Bassan chairs the council's budget committee.
The legislative branch is in charge of coming up with the budget and approving it. So if things are going to get purchased behind our back for luxurious reasons, the very least, I think that they should be transparent and own that decision.
In your opinion, has the administration been transparent and open as it relates to this purchase?
No.
And what is your message to the city of Albuquerque?
Clean up your act.
The point is we owe our citizens better. We owe our citizens transparency and honesty. That's the point.
Larry Barker, KRQE, News 13.
A spokesperson for the Attorney General's office confirms the Gladiator turf purchase is under investigation.